Hi everyone. This has been, I'm so uncomfortable on camera still. But anyway, this has been a project that I've had in my mind for a long time. And I'm excited to finally launch Ithaca RealTea. I'm going to do a podcast, an episode about kind of the coming of the podcast and why I started it and how I came up with the name and everything. But before the first episode, I just wanted to kind of talk about kind of my generic goals and how I'm coming about this podcast. So some of you are going to be watching this and like I'm going to be on camera. Some of you are going to be listening to this in your cars or as you're cooking dinner. But there will be always a video and audio aspect of it. But like I don't ever want it to be impeding on my day-to-day life. I don't really have a necessary or a broad goal beyond bringing community members together and creating a fun Ithaca environment that we can all enjoy and live in. So like right now, I came from the chiropractor. I have a hat on. My hair is a mess right now. I'm using my iPhone and a cheap ring light. Like I don't have crazy equipment. I've got this nice little backdrop, but I really want this to be not so like professional, but just a conversation amongst Ithacans. And that's a good cue into episode 1. The first guest I had on, which you'll see soon, was actually Ithaca Food Dude. And I wanted to bring him on for several reasons. One, I thought I'm interested in his post, and I think a lot of people I know and are friends with know of Ithaca Food Dude and read his posts. So I wanted to have him on, and I actually had a really great time with him. But I wanted to preface this whole thing with the concept of I'm going into this knowing that this podcast isn't going to be for everyone. I'm not for everyone. Ithaca Food Dude isn't for everyone. But we had a really good time just talking about Ithaca cuisine. I think I always saw and appreciated that I think the underlying goal, and we talk about it on the episode, of Ithaca Food Dude is to spread positivity and to spread awareness of really good local spots around town. Just like anyone else, he has negative experiences at restaurants and he posts them. I've disagreed with him on several occasions, justice to Johnny's Kitchen out in Lodi. But he said the food was great, but Reagan, love you. But anyway, so I wanted to have him on. I wouldn't say he's controversial, but people love him, people don't love him, but I've always enjoyed seeing his food posts. If you follow me on Facebook, you know I post a ton of food pictures and videos and things like that. So him and I had a lot in common. So I thought it would be a great start to Ithaca RealTea. And we spilled the tea on some restaurants in Ithaca, mostly good, a couple bad, but special shout out to all of the great spots in Ithaca. The majority of the conversation was positive. So really looking forward to this. Again, I don't want this to be something highly produced and crazy fancy. I'm using off-brand DJI microphones right now. This is not something special. But maybe in the future this will grow to be something bigger. But I hope everyone enjoys episode 1. We talk about food. Future episodes will be real estate based, more community based. So it's really just going to be a wide variety of topics. So enjoy the first episode. Hope you have a nice listen, and always feel free to let me know if you want to hear something in particular. But that's funny. All right. Well, that's definitely diving right into it.
Right.
But
okay.
This is Ithaca Food. You're Ithaca Food Dude.
Are we on now?
Yeah,
okay.
We're on. Yeah. Oh, I started it.
Okay.
It's been on. But so you're Ithaca Food Dude.
I am.
You have a lot of followers in the Ithaca area, and we were just talking about like, do you have followers outside of Ithaca? Do people outside of Ithaca?
I have followers all over the world, actually. Yeah. Mainly followers come from Tompkins County, New York State, but they're all over the place, really, if I look at the demographics of the page.
I mean, it makes sense because people who live in Ithaca are coming from all over the world. So maybe they're here for a few years and then they move somewhere and they're still following you.
Right.
Like, oh, what's going on in Ithaca?
Right. And then with Facebook's algorithms and stuff, if somebody's looking at food, regardless of where you are, my page is probably going to come up. So
Interesting. So when did you start it? When did you start the page?
I started the page September, about 4 years ago.
Okay. So COVID times or post-COVID? No.
Right before COVID started.
Yeah. Okay. So what motivated it? Do you
I always posted food. I always posted food pictures on my regular Facebook page, which I'm basically a ghost on now. But people always said you should start a page just for fun. So I thought about it, and then I started it, and I think initially there was probably like 20 followers, and I think most of those 20 people still follow the page. I know you were early follower. I remember seeing your name a long time ago.
Yeah.
And then we just, the initial reasoning was just post food pictures. And then we got into the reviewing, not meaning for it to be a review, but more like a commentary.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how I see it. I don't see your page as like, I'm going to review these restaurants. It's like,
no,
I'm going out to eat and this was my experience.
I've never called myself a reviewer, an influencer, or anything else. If you look at my page, it says just a guy.
Yeah.
And that's,
you just go out to eat.
Just a guy who enjoys food. And it just kind of evolved to what it is now.
That's crazy. And so did you always, I mean, I assume your wife always was cooking and food? No. Whoa, okay.
We've been married almost 40 years. For the first 20 years of our marriage, I cooked everything.
Oh.
And not like barbecue, cook. Then when I moved to Ithaca, she stayed in Binghamton for like maybe half a year.
Okay.
Just to see if it was going to work out, and obviously it did. So when I was no longer there, she needed to cook for herself.
Oh gosh.
She always helped her mother, Italian mother. So she knew how to cook. It's just I always enjoyed cooking.
Yeah.
So she didn't have to.
So she didn't. Interesting. So, but now you're busy and she's cooking.
And I kind of look at it the same way. If I don't have to cook,
then hey,
the food's the bomb, and
looks like she knows how to cook.
Yeah, she does.
I mean,
very well.
Oh yeah, I don't know what I like better: seeing people's, or you're going to other restaurants, or seeing Mrs. D's food. But
and that's one of the people always say is, I don't understand why you go to restaurants. And I enjoy the social aspect of going out to eat, whether it's by myself or with other people. Obviously, there's a different ambiance in a restaurant opposed to your house or your office. I don't usually go to food trucks because I want to go somewhere.
Yeah, interesting.
Go somewhere and eat opposed to being in my office.
Yeah.
It's a nice diversion from my regular job.
Yeah. Do you not like the Chipotle type of places then, where you like order and then go sit down? Do you want to be like?
I'll go to some of those. I've never been to Chipotle.
We got to see your review of Chipotle. It's not that great.
Well, I don't want to say nothing bad, but I see reviews.
Corporate's going to come after you.
Some people never know. Reviews of some people getting sick, or it's in the news. I probably wouldn't go there.
Yeah.
If it's spicy Mexican-ish food, it's not my favorite.
Oh, you don't like Mexican food?
I like Mexican food. I don't like spicy.
Okay, you don't like, and you don't like mushrooms.
No mushrooms and no mustard.
No mustard, no mushrooms, no spicy.
Not real spicy hot.
Okay.
Do you know Lena Kim?
Mm-mm.
She owns the K House.
Oh no, I don't know her. I know the K House, but
she had a food challenge 2 years ago.
Oh wait.
Anna Ortiz from No More Tears, who's a friend, was the sponsor, and everything benefited them. But it was a hot chili ramen noodle challenge.
I saw that.
There's a video somewhere, and I'm dying. It was so freaking hot. I was dying of choking.
See, I like spicy, but my partner will laugh if he's listening to this or watches this. I start sweating, like profusely. Right. Dripping sweat, so I don't eat spicy food in public. I only eat spicy food when I'm home because I know I'll just start sweating. Right. But I love spicy food.
No, I can't tolerate the hot.
Interesting.
So
okay, so you started the page 4 years ago. It was mainly, and that's how I still see it, just mainly posting about the places you go.
Right, for fun.
Yeah, just for fun. So have you ever, have like places now reached out to you
Yes.
to come
Yes.
in, like review?
Yes.
Do you always say yes, or do you sometimes say no?
There's been places I've said no to only because of the distance.
Oh, yeah.
There's places an hour away that have said, you know, we saw your page, we like what you do, come and visit us on us.
Right.
We think you would enjoy your visit.
And so, yeah, wait, that's another question. Do you get paid? Do people ever like pay for your food? The restaurants, do they know you when you walk in? And
there's
like, oh.
some, not necessarily pay. There's some that will comp me.
Yeah.
And without naming names, there's places that will refuse to take my money, refuse to take a tip, because the review is generally positive because the food's good.
Yeah.
And they get busy after I do a review.
Yeah.
You know, I've never asked for anything for free. I don't like getting food for free. I'm more than well enough to pay for it.
Yeah.
But it's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice to know it's appreciated sometimes, but it's never expected.
Yeah. I mean, for whatever I've never met him. I've never seen him even at the place, but you always post when you go to Sicilian Delight.
Stefano?
Yeah, he is like a character.
He's a trip.
And he posts his own videos of him like making the food and stuff, but I don't know, there's something about him and that place when you post you going there, and it's usually, I love their pizza. It's like probably
it's great. It's great pizza.
Top like 3 pizza. Definitely top 5 in Ithaca, arguably top 3, but he, like when I see the review, I feel good because you're supporting him, and I know he's a hard worker. He's got good food. Like, I don't know. It just, that's why I go to your page. And then to me, it's funny, like the shitty reviews. I'm like, this wasn't that good. And I don't know. I find that not entertaining, but we've all had those experiences. And I am the type that I just recognize, you know, some restaurants, some people have a bad day, whatever. It's not your last meal. But yeah, I don't know.
I have people who follow the page just to follow the page. They like what I do. I have people who follow the page to look for negative things.
Oh yeah.
People get off on that.
That's
you know, they like chaos and conflict and whatever. I would probably say 95% of my reviews are positive. I get accused of being too positive. And then people will say so in the comments. You know, well, we went there and you must have got treated different, this and that. And then when I do a review that's not completely positive, I get beat up on it.
You can't win either way.
No,
if you're on it, well, you're just being honest. If you had a negative experience, you're going to say it. Yeah, I've read, I don't read them all, but I probably read most of them. And most of them are positive, but just like anyone would, we all have negative experiences in a restaurant. It's not necessarily die all or nothing. But.
And like you said, restaurants have an off day. Yeah. You know, I look at what I do. I don't get a chance to have an off day. People do funerals one time. Yeah. You get one chance to do it, and hopefully I do it well the first time. If I don't, somebody's going to let me know. Yeah. And I kind of hold restaurants and other people to those standards. And I've had conversations with the restaurant people say, you know, well, we do have an off day, or we just opened, or we're short staffed, or whatever. The way I look at it is, you're open, you're taking my money. Somebody's paying for hopefully a pleasant experience, not to be a jerk or anything, but you're taking my money. Yeah. And I expect value for that. Yeah. And that's where everything kind of comes into play, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So
I agree. I mean, there was a review you recently did, and I think you were the large group, and I was reading the comments, and it was just interesting. I get that people want to defend the restaurants and the workers, but at the end of the day, if a restaurant or an establishment agrees to taking on something and they advertise a certain product, you know, whatever it be, pasta steak, good meal, you should be able to provide that, whether it's an off day, on day. If you're open, provide it. And that's, I mean, I kind of get that too, because in real estate, these are usually the largest purchases of someone's life.
No, absolutely.
It's not, and I always say this, I'm not selling a house. I'm selling like, okay, you're going to raise a kid there. I'm not a kid person, but like, you're going to raise your kids there. You're going to get married there. You're going to do all these things. It's not just a house. It's like, you are going to have these memories. And I only have one chance, you know, if this is their dream house and someone tells me, Vinny, get us this house, I got one chance. Okay, I got to get you this house. I'm going to guide you on how to do that. And so I get that there's like a certain level of pressure in my industry. I'm sure in your industry, I can't imagine what you do. I don't think I have the sympathy, or I don't know. I don't have anything for that. I'm so uncomfortable with those feelings. Empathy, but I just suck at feelings. I'm not a feelings person. I talk about it with my therapist, but I hate feelings. I don't. But you know, I would also hold on to it. Like if I got off the phone with someone that just said like, oh, my husband died, my wife, my kid, or my parents, like, what do you say to that person? Like, how do you, I don't know. That's hard.
After doing this, again, almost 40 years, the words come to you because you've dealt with the situation so many times. You know, I can normally gauge within a few minutes whether I'm on the phone or in person with somebody of who I'm dealing with and where they are. You know, if your first thing is so-and-so just died, that's why you're calling a funeral home. Yeah. And my first response is, I'm sorry. Yeah. And go from that. Yeah. The words just come. Yeah. Because after, you know, a certain time, you just know, what to say. Yeah. I guess that's a positive, being in the industry for so long. Right. It probably is a benefit to you that you can make people feel okay. That's a good way to look. I don't make them feel good because they're not feeling good. I'm going to make them feel as best as I can, supported, knowing where they are, and try to help them along the way to say goodbye. Yeah. However they choose to do that. Yeah. Have your two? I mean, so do you see the pay? I mean, that's obviously your career, your job. Do you see the page as like another, not job, but like, I was going to ask, have those two ever crossed paths before, like industries, jobs? No, I've, other than outside of the page, I've tried to put some funeral related stuff on the page. Some of it's well received, some of it's not. I get that. Yeah. So I hesitate putting too much on because it's a food page. Yeah. I try and there's a lot of stuff on Facebook, funeral humor. I know not everybody's going to get that, opposed to people that are in the business. I'm trying not to smile because I have that sense of humor. It's so bad, but yeah. My sense of humor is different than somebody else's. Not that we laugh at what we do or the people we help, but there's situations that are funny sometimes, and it helps break up a very somber environment sometimes. Yeah, yeah. And remind me, so wait, you've been doing the funeral directing for 40 years. Was that that wasn't always in Ithaca? I grew up in a funeral home family. Okay. My father owned a funeral home in Binghamton. Okay. That was started by immigrants in like 1912. Oh. My father started working for this guy in the late 40s, 50s. And then he bought the business from him. So we grew up in that. It was always a part of my life. Yeah. And that just transposed into teenage years wanting nothing to do with a funeral home. I worked different jobs, restaurants, and it took a summer of me breaking up sidewalks with a concrete specialist saying, "Yeah, you're an idiot." He goes, "You could be doing what your father does." And that fall, I went to college. And the rest, graduated from college from Syracuse, moved down to Westchester for about 7 years. Okay. And then came back upstate. We had a kid, came back upstate, was in Binghamton for a long time, and then Ithaca about 10 years ago. Oh, so Ithaca's been 10 years. Okay. Yeah.
So
it's about 10 years.
So you've been here for a while.
Yeah.
You've seen
enough to know.
enough to know. I mean, well, Ithaca has changed in
it's
a
changed
lot
in
in
10 years. I've seen it.
I've been here for 30 years, but I don't remember a lot when I was super young. But I mean, I don't know. I just remember like downtown Ithaca, especially being so much different when I was younger. I mean, now it's just these high-rise apartments and students everywhere, and I totally get we're a student-driven community, but like it's just so different. It's just a very different downtown. I don't really go on the Commons too much anymore.
I don't go on the Commons as much as I used to.
Mm-hmm.
There's issues on the Commons.
Mm-hmm.
Like now I wouldn't go on the Commons just because I don't feel like walking on the ice.
Well, yeah, that too.
It's slippery and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And as I visit more restaurants, because originally because my office is 2 minutes from the Commons, I could walk there.
You're like
it's right around the corner.
Albany or something down there,
yeah. But as I go to more restaurants that aren't really downtown, easier just to drive.
Yeah.
Especially like on a day like today.
Well, and I saw like the city of Ithaca is going to raise parking for downtown Ithaca, and it's like, okay, well, for someone like me, that's just another reason why I would not go to downtown Ithaca.
I don't. A lot of people.
I'm not going to pay. It's not about like the money. It's more about like the concept to me. I'm going downtown to support these businesses. Don't make me pay for parking. You look at Corning or Elmira. Corning's one of my favorite little villages because you can just park anywhere. It's not, you don't have to pay. Watkins Glen, I think Skinny Ellis maybe you can pay, but
there's meters in Skinny.
Yeah, I think it's they're a little different up there, but I don't know. And there's also not too many restaurants like super downtown that Simeon's is like top 5 for me, but I don't know. There's not too many things that I can think of off the top of my head that draw me in. Totally random. Red's just closed. I saw. I didn't
tonight or tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. Wow.
Last night.
I used to work at Red's.
Oh really?
Back in when I started in real estate, 2020, 2021. I didn't last long. I think I was like fired, but they didn't really like technically fire me. Like I just kind of stopped going, and no one ever told me. But it was.
Were you a server or
server? Yeah, server. I worked at Applebee's. So when I got my real estate license, I was working at Applebee's, and I was mostly serving. Then they tried to make me bartend, and I can't stand bartending because I feel like everyone's looking at me. Like I'm literally, especially at Applebee's, it was like a horseshoe ring bar. Yeah. I'm standing in the middle. I don't want people, don't fucking look at me. You ain't got shit to look at me for. Serving, I can take your order and run away and then just hide in the kitchen. Right. I'm the most introverted, antisocial person you'll ever meet. Which people are always surprised or argue with me about that. But anyway, so yeah, I just remember, I don't know, I lost my train of thought, but Reds. Oh yeah, Reds. So I worked at Reds a little after Applebee's. But yeah, they're closed. I always liked the burgers. Yeah. Their burgers were like $24, but
I like Reds food. Nick, who has owned it, I think for the last couple of years. I've met him a few times. He's been gracious to us as far as gift certificates for followers. If I do a post about Reds, I'll give your follower gift certificate or something, like a giveaway, which is cool.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're closing.
I don't know.
There's a lot of issues around here with restaurants closing and possibly newer ones opening. It's like a kind of a weird balance. Whether it's the economy or what, I don't know. I don't get that involved with talking to owners unless they want to share something with me.
Yeah.
And that would be between me and them.
Yeah.
Some restaurants do well, some don't.
Yeah.
There's a lot of places downtown that are crying about business. Yet you go on the outskirts. This could go back to the whole parking thing. How's business? Great.
I will not go to a restaurant if you don't have good parking. Period. I love going to Simeon's. I love Ale House. I love, Viva on occasion, but I don't go to those places because I'm not parking in the parking garage or trying to find street parking. I'm walking. And that sounds like lazy and certainly first world problems, but like, I would go to like Crossroads out in I would drive 15 minutes out to Crossroads, and that's just a random example,
Right.
because I know they got a nice parking lot for me to park in.
Right. And they're nice people.
And I love. Or I'd go see Becky, out in Rodeo.
Right.
She got a nice parking lot for me. But yeah, I think parking is a big thing. And if I don't know, I've always, and this is probably very, probably get a lot of hate for this, but I've always thought like it's not rocket science to run a restaurant. I could be totally wrong, but like have good food at decent prices, parking, and a good staff. Now it's hard to get all of those things
and
to work, but like the concept's not hard. I'm sure all restaurant owners go into it with that concept, but sometimes I feel like they don't. And I'm like, it's not hard. Just have good food, especially like locally Italian restaurants. I feel like we don't have a really good old school Italian restaurant like Lucatelli's.
Thank you.
Like I miss Lucatelli's. Chow, love Chow. Mark's family friend, love Chow. But that's just different. It's like kind of quick Italian food. I want Lucatelli's. I want an old school, dark, almost creepy vibe, mafia vibe, mob Italian restaurant. Have you ever been to Libs in Elmira?
Everybody says you gotta go there.
Oh my God, it's like Lucatelli's on crack. It's so good. Their portions are massive. It's like homemade Italian, but we need a good Italian restaurant in Ithaca.
When I lived in Binghamton, Endicott has a handful of great Italian restaurants. Mm-hmm. There's more there now that I'm not familiar with, but there was always places like Duff's and Council's, Little Venice, if you like their sauce. My wife hates their sauce. I love it.
Everyone's got their own.
Yeah, everybody's got different tastes. But I don't, like you said, I don't see any places like that around here. Lucatelli's was gone before I was here.
Interesting, yeah.
Chow, like you said, I don't want to say quick Italian, but it's different. It's different. I like some of the pasta dishes at Sal's. It's a pizza place, but Sal's, I think, has some of the best pasta dishes.
Pesto is
the pesto is one of my absolute favorite things.
And the girls are so nice.
Yeah, they're nice girls. Other than that, you have Stefano making pizza and whatever else he's got up there, and he puts his heart into everything. And that's part of the trip about going up there is Stefano is Sicilian delight.
Yeah, that's, oh my God, I want to meet him. I literally just want to meet him. Every time I go up there.
He's a great guy. He really is.
Yeah. And yeah, I don't know. There was another Italian place that was just in my head that, what other, Gola. Love Gola, but that's the type of place in my memory where I get like 2 raviolis for $80. And I'm like, okay, well, I got to go to McDonald's on the way home to get a Big Mac. I want big portions, fatty Italian food.
I want to leave full.
Uncomfortably full, actually. I've always thought that I could open a restaurant, but like, I don't think I could. I don't think I have like that's a lot. It's nights, weekends. You have to live there to have
basically
to be successful.
You're married to the business.
Yeah, I don't think I could do that.
But we've been to Gola twice.
Food, it's amazing.
Oh, the food was very good. First time we went there, my review was iffy, which I caught a bunch of shit for. Whatever.
Sure, yeah.
It was some simple stuff. It wasn't a big issue, and then we took some friends there a couple of months ago, and everything was fantastic.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you're going to pay a premium price.
And I will pay. I will pay a lot of money for food if it's good. Like my partner and I went up to Noble Cellar up in Syracuse. They won a bunch of like best restaurant in the country awards, like from really big places, but that was like a $400 dinner. That's a lot. But I'll do that if it's. It was one of the best meals I've ever had, and I don't do that like every week.
Right.
I have to like budget it, but I will pay for really good food. But nothing frustrates me more if I'm paying like $60 for a steak or something, and it's crap, because I know I can make that better at home.
Right.
And it's hard. Sounds cocky, but like it's hard for me to go out sometimes because I'm like, well, I can make this better at home.
It's the same thing with my wife.
Yeah, I'm sure. But the best thing about going out to me is I don't have to do dishes. I don't have to clean up. And also I appreciate different people's flavors. I have my spices in my cabinet that I always use, and they've got spices that I don't even know about. So there's definitely pros to going out, but sometimes I'm like, oh shit, I can make this. And I bet you experienced that with your wife's cooking.
I don't compare food in a restaurant to her cooking because her cooking's different. She doesn't know what a good steak tastes like because she doesn't eat beef. She's never eaten beef.
Oh, okay.
And then since last December, she decided to turn herself. She doesn't say vegan; she says pescatarian because she'll eat fish.
Right.
I said, still here. To
You're
me,
not
it's the
eating
same
the
thing.
meats. Yeah.
So like I said, I don't compare her food. And basically, she'll make anything I ask her to make.
How lucky.
Because she makes her stuff, and then it's like before we go to the grocery store, what do you want?
Oh, wow.
I don't have a problem eating leftovers for 4 or 5 days if it's good. I put a post up the other day. She made rotini with ground turkey and sauce. I'll eat that till whenever. We'll go to dinners tomorrow night somewhere. But I don't have a problem eating that when I come home from the gym. I'm hungry. It's gonna fill me up. It tastes good.
Oh, that's my problem. I don't eat leftovers. I cook
There's
all
a lot
this
of people
food.
that don't.
I cook all, like last night we had a little friends Christmas. I think there was like 7 of us, and we cook a shit ton of, like 2 racks of ribs and a bunch of stuff. I don't know how to cook for a couple people. I just cook, but I don't do leftovers because I don't know. I actually don't know why, but I just don't do leftovers. I still have leftovers in my fridge from Christmas that I'll probably eat a couple of them, but I don't know. I don't know how to cook. Well, it's really hard to cook for 1 or 2 people. But my thing is I don't do leftovers, so I waste a lot of food, which is
we have leftovers, and when she cooks once a week. That way it's done and stuff goes in the fridge, freezer, whatever.
Interesting. That's sense.
Why Saturdays. It's always Saturdays that she cooks. That's her whole day to cook, her choice. But we still have leftovers after we give our neighbors some food. Somebody who works for me might get a little dish, a little container or something the next day. But we still have leftovers, and like I said, I have my variety at lunch because I can go wherever I want. So again, that's one of the reasons why I don't have a problem eating the same thing for dinner. When I come home from the gym in the evening, I'm not looking to sit down and be waited on and whatever. I'm hungry.
You just want to eat.
Stick it in the microwave and it's there.
Done.
So
that makes more sense now because I see her food posts, and it's always so much food, and I was like, "There's no way you're going to these restaurants and she's cooking at home like that every day." So that makes sense that it's okay once a week, big, and you got food for the week. Come home, done. That's actually kind of smart. See, I wish I could do that, but I struggle with leftovers. I don't know. I got to get over that. But so what do you think? I've always wondered. What is probably like what do you think like the top 3 places are in Ithaca? If you had to.
Top 3 places. Simeon's would be one. The Inn in Tangonic is one of our favorites. Both are expensive, but both are class places. There's Antlers, there's Sales, there's this, that. One of my newer favorites is probably Food Lab.
I have not been there yet.
No?
It doesn't, what's his name on that?
Mr. Sullivan. It's one of his newer places.
Interesting.
We've been in there 3 or 4 times. It's fantastic.
Is it the same?
It's not Luna
Stuff? Yeah, okay.
It's totally different than Luna.
Yeah, okay. Because I didn't. If it's another Luna, I have no interest. But
no.
Okay.
When I started the page, Luna was probably one of my first reviews, and it was not kind.
I kind of remember that.
This a long time ago. And I don't remember what the issues were or whatever, but it wasn't very kind, and it led to a message from Mr. Sullivan. And we talked about things, and come back and try it again.
Yeah.
I might have gone back once or twice. I don't remember. But when Food Lab started, I thought, is this going to be just like Luna?
Yeah.
It's absolutely nothing like Luna. Even though people say you can still call the number and order Luna's menu, which I don't even know if that's true or not.
Interesting.
Because
are they still next door, or is Food Lab now the old?
That's
Luna
exactly
location?
where Luna was.
Okay, see, I don't even freaking know
because he owns Food Lab and then he owns the Reveille Arts right there. And they're, again, you know, both his restaurants. They're both different restaurants, different kinds of restaurants.
I gotta go there.
Food Lab's not cheap.
Yeah.
But again, you're paying for quality food.
I'll pay for quality food. I'll pay if it's good. See, yeah, I guess that's a hard question to answer because I would put different things in different categories. Like, I don't know, like a top 3, like I would have a top 3 pizza place. I would have a top 3 fine dining place. I would have a top 3, you know, I don't know.
Pizza's tough because there's so many good places around here. You know, pizzas, I would say Sicilian Delight, or Sal's and Italian Carryout. But there's still other good pizza places.
I think Ithaca, we actually have a lot of pretty good pizza places. Italian Carryout is down the road from my parents, so I just grew up eating Italian Carryout. It was so good. Sal's, amazing. Sicilian Delight Ned's up in Cayuga Heights, kind of across from Community Corners, is really good pizza. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like we have good pizza, but again, we don't have a good Italian restaurant. Someone needs to order or open a good Italian restaurant. But,
never know.
Hey,
You never know.
I'd contemplate it after real estate. I couldn't do both.
Now, a lot of people have said to my wife, like on the page, you should open a restaurant.
And call it like Food Dude.
Something like that. But I could already tell you if she ever opened a restaurant, which isn't going to happen, she wouldn't want to cook anymore. and the whole food scene at home would change.
Well, you can't jeopardize that.
No. And you know, I had thought about going to school to become a chef at one time. And I thought about it. And it's like you enjoy cooking for yourself and for small groups of people. You know, if this is your job, maybe you're not going to enjoy cooking like the way you do now. And it's just kind of like, kind of lost that thought.
Yeah, I think my partner kind of has that. He's a chef and caterer, but I guess, and I understand it, but I don't understand all of it. It's very different. Catering is very different than a restaurant.
Right.
I mean, you know the amount of people that's going into it, you know what they're eating, you know the allergies, you know all of that. You can kind of plan for it. Restaurant, you don't know who's going to walk through that door, how many people party. So it's different. But yeah, I also thought about going to like culinary school and going that route, but I also just like being in my own kitchen, cooking for me and people I'm close to. I don't know if I would want to be a chef in a restaurant. I have been screamed at by enough line cooks in my life to know that maybe it's not for me. I don't think I
think it's probably a totally different experience.
But some people in this town do it really well. Some people, you know. But there was a couple of restaurants opening in Ithaca that I keep seeing. Well, Frida's open. Amazing.
Love. Frida's is great food. They're super nice people. You know, there was the sign in the window for months.
Like a year.
And I had asked the one girl, I don't remember her name, like what took so long. And they just said they were hassled by rules and regulations, the city. And that they just kind of got, not kicked down, but kicked back to opening because they had to do this, they had to do that. So finally they opened, and I'm glad they opened.
Yeah.
You said, you know, I think their food's fantastic. It's not what I would say is expensive. You get fed well.
I was just going to say, you get a lot of food for
you get a lot of
price.
food, and they're nice people.
Really nice.
They're really nice people.
That just opens up a whole other can of worms, and that is City of Ithaca and just how difficult it is to do anything. Like opening a restaurant, building a house, any sort of development. Town of Ithaca's worse. But that's hard. I'm not shocked to hear that.
No, and again, I don't do politics on the page, but I do leave comments on like Ithaca Voice page or something else, and I usually get jumped on as Food Dude because that's the page I'm on, so that's what I comment. I'm not a fan of local politicians at all. The way they run the city, I think, is a joke. You know, other than that, I live in the town of Ithaca. I agree with you. So.
That's and I'm on the town of Ithaca Planning Board, and you know, my goal of going on that was to try to make things a little easier for everyone and just kind of create a little common sense.
And I've heard from different people in the town. I'm friends with landlords who rent to students, who talk about the town and the hassles and all of this other stuff. There's another Latino restaurant that's going to open called Atabay.
Yeah, yes, that's the old Applebee's, right? Or
on the corner of Seneca and Aurora, downtown.
Seneca and Aurora.
They have paper on it's where Oy's Deli was.
Oh, and there's another one open in old Applebee's. That's I think Mexican.
It's called like Adelitas or something like that.
Well, so we got some good restaurants coming in.
Yeah, I hope so.
I hope so. I mean, we do. I think it was 2018. We had more restaurants per capita than New York City, which I can see. But for whatever reason, I always feel like we need more. Like we need. I don't know if I'm missing a flavor in Ithaca, but I want more restaurants. I want more new things. My list is relatively short when I think of like, okay, I want to go out to dinner tonight. Where am I going to go? My list is relatively short. Right. Maybe that's just because I don't go out enough. But
no, then you have El Chamo up in College Town, which is a nice place. They just opened like a few months ago, I think. We've been up there a couple of times, and it's pretty much a family business. Again, nice people, super nice people.
My favorite Chinese takeout restaurant is in College Town. I think you reviewed them. I don't think you said. I don't know if you had the best experience. It was Asia Chili, or Asia Chili. I think it's somewhere up in College Town. I think you dined in, and it took a really long time.
Second time I went,
and there was like no one else there. Which also like, why am I waiting so long and no one's here? Hello.
Right.
I usually get like DoorDash from them, and it's really good. But
I've never used DoorDash
or
any of those. I've never.
Whoa. Well, I guess you got your wife cooking all that good food, so I don't. Usually, the DoorDash are nights that I'm just like, I don't have the mental capacity to cook. I mean, those. Yeah, I also post like food stuff on my Facebook, but people think I eat like that every night. Those are like 2-3 nights a week, and then the other nights I'm eating a bowl of cereal, or like a butter sandwich. Yeah, but that actually really did think that you were eating out every day, and then your wife was cooking like that every night. I was like, holy shit. But it all makes sense now.
Yeah.
Huh. So. Well, what else can we talk about before we wrap this up? Anything else that you...
What else do you want to talk about?
Oh boy. Well, we talked about, let's not name any specific restaurants names, but what are some pet peeves that you have? Or like, not necessarily worst restaurant, but like worst experience. And I'm going to share mine first because I just can't even contain it. A restaurant can be as busy as shit. You can be blood curdling from your eyes. I don't care. But if I walk into the restaurant, I'll stand there for an hour and a half to be seated, but just acknowledge me. I want to be acknowledged when I go to a bar, when I walk into a restaurant, when I sit down at a table. I've been a server that has 20 tables and I can't get you for 5-10 minutes. Right. But I'm going to go to that table and say, hey, I see you. I'll be here in a couple minutes. Take your time looking at the menu. Just acknowledge me and I'll wait for fucking 6 hours.
Right.
That's usually my pet peeve. Just acknowledge me. Right. I'm going to give you money and I'm going to give you a good tip. I always leave a good tip. Right. I'm trying to give you money, girl.
Mine is kind of the same. One of the things I get accused of is walking into a restaurant, and it's generally people that don't know who I am that make a comment on the page and have no idea who I really am. And they say, well, you must walk into a place and expect everyone to bow down to you. Anything, the farthest thing from the truth. I walk into a restaurant or any other business for that matter with a smile, hello, and I expect that back. I expect what I give back. I think that's pretty simple. And when you walk into a restaurant, whether they're slow or busy, and like you just said, acknowledge that someone's standing there waiting for an experience to start, an experience that I'm paying for, and you don't go to a restaurant for a bad experience. Yeah. So you're looking for a good experience. And that's the way I kind of approach dining anywhere, whether it's McDonald's or Simmons or whatever. So I expect that smile back. And people say, well, maybe somebody's having a bad day. In my job, my customers don't care if I'm having a bad day because their day's worse. So I use that mentality when I'm walking into a restaurant and I know somebody's having an issue with something. It's not going to kill you to smile and say hello.
Yeah. It'll probably put you in a better mood, actually.
Right.
Like give out
would,
positivity.
You would
You'll
hope.
probably give it back. Yeah.
But that's probably one of my biggest issues is servers, male, female, whatever, not smiling. You know, if they're miserable, it comes off in a second, and that's not what somebody's looking to enjoy. And again, I get accused of, well, you're a jerk, you're this, you don't understand. I'm not going there to understand. I'm going there to eat.
To eat and be served and have an experience.
You know, even if somebody's not the best server, like I still leave a good tip. I always leave 20%, unless there's a real big issue.
The only time I don't leave 20% is if like you're an actual asshole to me. Like if you're a jerk to me, I will not leave you 20%, and I'm not going to feel bad about it. But I never, you know, blame a server for a kitchen issue. You know, I know you're not cooking the steak. Part of me remembers back to like when I worked in a restaurant, and I wouldn't like go out of the door with a plate that looked like shit. Like I would look at it and be like, well, this doesn't look right. I would give it back to, but you know, I try not to blame a server for kitchen errors, but like smile at me. Like I'm gonna give you a good tip. I go into a restaurant trying to look for reasons to give someone a tip. So like don't fuck it up.
Going with a very positive attitude and expect it back.
Yeah.
I don't think that's simple. A lot to ask.
No.
And again, that applies that to McDonald's, pizza place, whatever.
And a lot of people can do it, and they do it. So it's not impossible. I've never had a negative experience at Sal's. They're always smiling. They're always happy to be there.
If you look at my reviews, you know, I'll say people were accommodating, friendly, super friendly. I want everybody to be super friendly. I'm friendly when I walk into a place. That's all I'm asking back. You know, I'm not looking to be bowed down to or worshipped or anything else. I go there to eat just like anybody else. Yeah.
Oh, I love that I sometimes see comments like, oh, well, people see you walk in and they know it's you and they're going to treat you different. And I don't
think I get treated any different. And you know, I know people, I know more of the people, but I expect the same. Also, I don't expect anything more. Yeah. Or people will say, you know, well, he treats servers and bartenders like shit. Anybody who knows me knows that I don't. That's not me. Yeah.
I feel like it'd be hard for you to have the page if you treated servers.
Because there would be people all over the place saying, "Oh, this guy's a
real jerk." He treated me like shit. Like you would have been canceled, I'm sure, by now in today's society.
Which they've tried.
Everyone experiences it sooner or later.
Right. What was nice when I first started the page is nobody knew who I was. And that's exactly what I wanted. I wanted to go in there like Joe Public. And now with almost 14,000 people following the page, a lot of restaurants follow the page. It's harder to do that. And I miss that part of before.
Because the word ambiguity.
Yeah, something like that.
Some shit like that. Yeah. I would probably feel the same. Like you can't sometimes go into a restaurant like unknown.
Right. But sometimes it's nice saying, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" And you're kind of on the same level with somebody you know, whether it's a server or owner. Yeah. So there's no pretenses. I'm there to eat. You know, I'm going to write something up, whether it's good or bad. Yeah. And everything's just kind of on the level playing field as far as dining there.
Yeah. I mean, 14,000 people following the page. I mean, that's essentially like half of the population of the city of it.
And I don't see it getting any bigger than that. I never thought it would get anywhere near this. But
well, I mean, I don't think it's going to get any smaller. I think it's going to probably keep getting bigger.
It'll probably get bigger. You know, when I reach like, if you look at newer pages and they have like, I just reached 1,500 followers or 2,000 or 3,000. I remember when I reached 3,000 followers, I was like tickled pink.
You were like, shit.
It's like, oh, this is the shit.
Oh my God.
And then it just kept going up and going up and going up. And it's like, wow, this is pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, I always enjoy seeing your posts and pictures, and I usually end up at the restaurants a few days after, which, like we said earlier, it's probably, good. Probably people like you, restaurant owners like you.
Restaurant owners have told me that, after you do a review, sometimes their business increases, not all the time, and they'll come in and say, we saw it on your page. I never took my page that seriously, even now. People look at it, you do with it what you want. That's my opinion. It's my experience. But even giving like some negative reviews, there was concerns. Well, you have all these people that not take your word for gospel, but
believe you and
believe me. And again, it's my experience. Somebody else may have a different experience. So if I've hurt, and I don't think I have, but if I've hurt any businesses, I feel bad. But I think my page does nothing but promote local food businesses. I really do.
Yeah, and that's kind of like a good outro-ish, but that's kind of why I wanted you here, is because ever since I started following the page, yes, you have, some negative experiences and some not so great, experiences at restaurants, but the overall general theme of your page, I feel like, is just promoting business owners, food, restaurants, getting the word out of new places. Like that's kind of what I hope this kind of like podcast is going to become. I feel like everyone is going to have positives and negatives through life, and I just want to talk about them. And you have positive and negative experiences at restaurants, you're just talking about it. You don't hold back. You're not going to say it was good when it wasn't. I'm not going to say I had a good fucking time when I didn't. And so I really kind of wanted to have you on to just talk about your experience in Ithaca. And I knew that that was kind of your goal, is just promoting Ithaca. And I think some people have problems seeing that sometimes.
Some people think there's ulterior motives. Free food, that's a good one. You're doing it for free food.
I think you're good.
So
yeah, people will always have something to say. But I think
especially in Ithaca,
everybody's
got an opinion. So
Ithaca's in real estate, and now I just say it to everyone in every situation, Ithaca's a bubble surrounded by reality. We're just a little utopia of weirdness. But thank you for coming.
Absolutely.
Thank you for chatting. And I look forward to more reviews.